So, welcome back. In this video, I'll still continue the topic of the P2P internet connection. I'll talk about the common questions. So I was checking the video of Sir Q again. I saw some questions there in the comment section. So I would like to talk about it. I would like to answer those questions. May mga ibang question kasi doon na hindi naman nasagot. Madaming tanong dun na which was answered. Madaming tanong dun na hindi nasagot. I don't know why. So let's talk about it. So first question, is it possible for hotspot? I think what Sir Q meant in his video was that hotspot or the piso Wi-Fi. I think that's what he's talking about. So yes, it is possible for piso Wi-Fi. If you want to have your own piso Wi-Fi, you need to ask for a supplier. If you could find any supplier for your piso Wi-Fi, then go for it. The problem with the piso Wi-Fi is you will be the one to look for your internet service provider, and if you are staying in a rural area, it is better to have a P2P or point-to-point internet connection and have it as the internet service provider for your piso Wi-Fi. Now, do I recommend it? Yeah, sure, I do recommend it. It is possible. So to answer the question, yes, it is possible for hotspot or for a piso Wi-Fi. Now, can I use a different modem or router for the antenna or to be connected to the antenna? The answer is yes. Of course, you could use a different modem or router. But the problem is some routers or modem, because this point-to-point has its own connection, which is what we call as PPOE or point-to-point. I'm sorry, I forgot. The PPOE is the connection used by the P2P. So what does PPOE means? Let me do a quick search. PPOE is point-to-point protocol over the internet. So that is what is used. So there is a DHCP and there is a PPOE that is connected to your router. So it depends on what connection you are using. Usually DSL, if you are using a DSL, you go with the DHCP. If you are using a P2P, you go to the PPOE. Now, the problem with buying your own router or using a different router is that when you plug it in, you must have the account number for your PPOE. It is quite technical, so I suggest when you buy a different router, you ask help from the supplier or tell the supplier that you wanted to change the modem or the router since you wanted it or you are more comfortable with a different router or a different modem. So to answer the question, yes, it is possible to have your own modem or have your own router. Just ask help or just tell the supplier that you are changing the modem or the router. So, can I use point-to-point for gaming? The answer is yes. Yes, I did try gaming with the point-to-point. It has a good ping. It has a good MS. It is quite fast. But there are just some times where it would fluctuate. Sometimes my ping would go to 30 ms. It would go to 120 ms. Sometimes if the internet would go bad, you would get disconnected. So just be wary about it or just be careful while playing. just be prepared to be disconnected sometimes. But yeah, I did use the point to point. I did play League of Legends, Dota 2, Call of Duty in my phone, and of course Mobile Legends. There's no problem. Just turn on your data, so if ever the point to point would uh, give up on you, you could still have your mobile data to catch the internet speed, so or catch the internet, so you won't be truly disconnected on the game. So to answer the question, yes, you could use it for gaming, for mobile gaming. Now, I think this is the most common. Can I use it for online class? Yes, you can. Of course, you can use it for online class. You could use it for online discussion, for taking exam or quiz. But you need to be also ready to expect that the internet is not that stable. So you would definitely get disconnected from your class a few seconds. It would just go back. The internet would go back. So it's not really a big problem, but it is sometimes quite bothersome because while taking a quiz or presenting online, and then the internet would suddenly go out, or it would suddenly give up on you. So that is quite stressful, especially for a student. To answer the question, yes, you can just expect uh, just expect to be disconnected time to time. Can I use it for teaching? So the same answer with the online class. Yes, you could use it for teaching. If you are a professor, if you are a teacher, you could use it to present or to give lectures to your class. Just also expect that you would also be disconnected time to time. So yeah. Can I use it 24/7? Can I use it 24/7? Of course, you could use it 24/7. It is always on 24/7. The antenna doesn't turn off. So yeah, if you could use it at night, you could use it anytime you want, as long as you pay. As long as you pay the monthly fee, there's no problem using it anytime you want. You could use it 24/7, definitely. Now the next question: is it cheaper than fiber and DSL? So I've read it in one of the questions in the comment section of Sir Q. He didn't answer it. I don't know why. So no, it is not cheaper. It is definitely more expensive. But the purpose of P2P is for rural areas only. If you can get into fiber or DSL, go for it. If you're using it just for your own consumption, if you're not using it for business, like what Sir Q is doing, he is using it for his computer shop and for his piso Wi-Fi. But if you're just using it for your own consumption, for YouTube, for gaming, I'd rather go with fiber and DSL. It is way more expensive. Fiber and DSL is way cheaper, and it is constantly updating or upgrading. They're constantly changing their promos. So go for it. If the ISP is now has reached your location or your area, go for it. Don't stay with P2P. Can I use it for my computer shop? Yes, you can use it for your computer shop, just like what Sir Q is doing. He's using it for his computer shop. Do I recommend it? Sure, I do recommend it, but it depends on how many computers you are using in your computer shop. If you have more than 4, I suggest that you increase the internet speed up to maybe around 20 Mbps. So yeah, just To answer the question, yes. Yes, definitely you could use it for your computer shop. Next question, can I use it for my business and for office use or work from home? Yes, but I've said expect some disconnection and unstable internet, so that would hinder your work, that would hinder your business, that would hinder the productivity of your business, and of course you as an individual who is working from home. Do I recommend it? Yes, I do recommend it, especially in the rural areas or in towns with no data and no internet service provider. So for those students who are for the student who have online class, and for those employees who are working from home, I definitely recommend this rather than spending load on data. Better go for point to point. Can I use it with my other internet providers? Yes, definitely. For example, here in my case, I have two internet here. First one is the PLDT DSL, and the other one is the point to point. So the PLDT DSL is running at 10 Mbps, while the point to point is running at 20 Mbps. So why did I go with two internet providers? Because in our case, we really need the internet, so it's better to have two, because if the other one fails, we still have another backup. So that's always a good thing, especially we use it for online class. We use it for, most of us are working from home here, so it is a very needed uh, utility, or it is a very needed thing here in our house. Some are asking, can I increase the height of my antenna? Yes, of course, you could increase the height of your antenna, but it would cost you another expense. It would cost you another installation fee and labor fee and material fee. Just contact your point-to-point supplier. Okay, so there is still more questions. What is the internet provider of the P2P? Well, it depends, but usually it is PLDT. In our case, our internet provider get their internet from PLDT. Next, is it illegal? No, it is not illegal. There are some papers. Of course, you should ask your supplier if they have their papers, if they have business permit, if they have the BIR certification. Are they certified? Are they paying their taxes? Do they issue receipt? So always check if they issue receipts or if they have business permits. And also check if they have their own NTC papers. So is it illegal? In my case, my supplier is not illegal. They are legal. I saw they supplied me with a receipt. They have their own business permit, and they have the certification from NTC. So if you are asking, is it if there is a certification from NTC? Yes, there is a certification from NTC. If your P2P supplier doesn't have their own certification, you should tell them to get one. It is better to have one. So, ilan pwede mag-connect? Well, the connection really depends on the modem or the router. I believe it doesn't matter with the antenna or with the P2P supplier. what matters here with the connection of the gadgets is the modem or the router. If you have more gadgets or you have more gadgets or laptops that are connected, it is better to have a more expensive router or a more expensive modem so that the bandwidth could be easily accommodated, or the users could be easily accommodated, so there would be less traffic and less congestion with the internet speed. So there are also some in here that I'd like to read or I'd like to talk about. There is a question in Sir Q, because there are some questions and Sir Q answers them, but his answers are definitely wrong. So first question is from Judilyn Rapacon. Sir Q, ask ko lang, anong advantage ng P2P kesa sa fiber line ng PLDT? Salamat. Sir Q said, mas maganda po ang P2P kasi pang negosyo siya compare sa PLDT. Pang sarili lang po. Okay, so I don't entirely agree with Sir Q here. Anong advantage? The advantage is that I don't know. I don't see any advantages from in comparison with fiber line and ng PLDT. Fiber line is still definitely advantageous in comparison with P2P because it is cheaper, it is faster, it is a wired connection. Wired connection is definitely faster than wireless connection. It is proven. But what Sir Q is arguing here, if you talk about business, I think no, I still prefer PLDT fiber. If we talk about companies are using fiber connections now. What else? In terms of computer shop, I think fiber is still better, especially when you are using the LAN connection, the RJ45. RJ45 is still better than wireless connection. But I think what Sir Q is trying to say here, because he did use it for his piece of Wi-Fi, so I think, yeah, sure, if you're using piece of Wi-Fi, I think that's okay. I think you could use the P2P. But if you want to use internet to your business, like let it be online shopping, or if you have an online shop, or if you have computer shop, or whatever it is, if you are teaching online, always go with the PLDT fiber. PLDT fiber is still better. Okay. Next question here. I think I found another one here. This is from Dexter Kataros. 200 Mbps ba net mo, sir, or 20 Mbps? Because Sir Q said that his internet speed is around 200 Mbps. I think it's just 20 Mbps. So what he is paying is 2K per month for a 200 Mbps internet speed. I don't know. Here at the bottom comment, Don TV said, sir, anong ISP yan? Kasi pag sa PLDT ka bibili ng internet 100 Mbps, 3,000 per month. Sa'yo 200 MB, 2K lang. Yeah. Currently 100 Mbps PLDT fiber cost, how much was it? I think it was 2,600. That's the new promo of PLDT. So it's still this is quite sketchy. I'm not sure if this is real. I don't know what's the real internet speed of Sir Q. Is it really 200 Mbps, or I don't know. Maybe he could post a speed test so we could have the evidence of his internet speed. But yeah, so I'm not sure. Maybe I think it's still 20 Mbps. It's not 200 Mbps. So anyways, that's it for the question and answer. If you have more questions, leave it down in the comment section. I could try checking some more comments at Circu's video if I have the time, or if I have the luxury of time, which I don't think I have. So just leave the comments down below. So that's it. If you want to know more, go ahead and subscribe, leave a comment. I'll try my best to provide an answer, and I'll try my best to entertain you guys. So thank you for everything. I will still upload a video about what is P2P, because I think there's still more questions needed to be answered, and I think people are curious what P2P really is. So I think I'll provide a video on how to get a supplier, or how to get someone to install a P2P antenna for you, and how you could benefit from it. But that's it for the Q&A. Thank you for watching. Stay safe.